What's going on, guys? It's Shawnee Salami. Today we're playing Vanguard Greatsword and we got a positioning masterclass. I've been talking about how that's the new focus for me to improve. Believe it or not, I've never gone Deathless as a Vanguard, so I've done it plenty of times as a Knight, and if I really wanted to lock in, I could probably do it pretty frequently. So going forward, any Deathless game I do, it won't be in the title and thumbnail. I think it's more fun for you guys. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. If you're not sure if I'm going to be able to secure it or not, I can tease it in the beginning and just leave you guys in the dark a little bit, and stay tuned to see if we can secure it here. Now, I call this a positioning masterclass, right? But it depends on if you're a half full glass or half empty glass kind of guy, because there's two ways to look at this. One is I ran away from fights. I never used to do this, but again, I'm playing more selfishly than I used to, and it just feels like I'm soft for doing that. But the other way to look at it is that I'm cutting the deaths down like 3 times over practically, and it's just making me a more effective and better player. So I don't know, guys, I sometimes these feel a little bad if I don't finish out a fight. And something I noticed is I've said this like ad nauseum. I'm very aware that I play Vanguard like Knight. That's no longer the case. If I get hit once and I have a chance, it's just time to heal, and then when I get a second, I'll go back to the bandage cart. You really just have to be more careful with Vanguard. You do not get the health to do these kind of things. Now we're gonna get a close call here, but we're gonna back up way far here. We're gonna go to the other bandage cart. The thing that really annoys me about playing Vanguard to try and go Deathless is archers. I'm the biggest archer complainer. You guys get on me about that. But so many times I'll be on like stage 4 or 5 of a map, and if I was in a situation like right there, I'd get shot by a virgin vulture archer that sees someone bloody and wants to kill them from a million miles away and not really get in the thick of it. Just completely steal someone's kill. You know, they're just vultures and rejects, and they don't like being around people, no social skills, that kind of thing. Now let's get more into the gameplay here. We got off to a decent start, lots of takedowns, not a lot of kills, and so far, as I said, we're not on the objective like we used to. I really do hope that's okay with you guys. I'm gonna try and push it at certain points when it's coming down to it, right? Because in a public lobby, I can probably get a lot of these done, not completely on my own, but if I have a decent team, I can do it. Something I absolutely just is cracked about the Vanguard is that sprint attack right there. Playing Knight for so long, my Knight is level 1000, my Vanguard is I think about 400, and it's just something I didn't realize how great that sprint attack is, and I didn't really use it enough when I've gone through Vanguard phases in the past. It's awesome. And that's also what recharges your fire pot when that gets ready, so you can always burn your teammates alive, completely miss the enemies, and get that a lot quicker as long as you're utilizing the sprint attacks. If you don't play this class a lot, I highly recommend this, because as I've been talking about positioning and all that stuff non-stop, I apologize, this is going to teach you how careful you have to be, because you just have limited health. Here I do want to finish that fight, but my teammates jump in. The only thing I would say is you can get a lot of feints in. You don't want to spam these, because then if you're on Knight, you're going to get too used to that from doing it on Vanguard, and it's gonna cost you on Knight. You can't really get away with as much there. And the other thing is dodging. You can get away with a lot of those as well with all this stamina. Knight, it feels like your stamina is just gone if you do a dodge. Now we're trying not to push too hard up here. This is a little tough, and a good friend Yura Moran, he kind of pointed out to me that if you're playing Vanguard, you can do this on Knight as well, but you see how this is like a big bubble of people. Step open this out as well. As a Vanguard, I want to be to the outside, left, to the right, not up front, in the middle. And we smartly back up here also. This was a good call, because there was no chance I was going to take those guys on. Like I said, it feels soft, but we live to fight another day. We're sending people to the spawn wave regardless, so it's not really like I'm not helping the team. And they get the other side. So now we move on.
Worse than herding ducks.
So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. The YouTube algorithm is right now big on watch time instead of the percentage of the video that's watched, which I was misunderstood. Now, I would be curious to hear if you guys want to have like multiple games in one video, like I could put 2 or 3. The video would be longer. It'll help me on the algorithm. And I'm not going to do it if that's not something you guys are interested in. Please let me know in a comment. Maybe I'll put a poll up in a community post because I don't know. It helps revenue. And I know a lot of people like to watch these as background too. Just something I was thinking about. But again, if you guys aren't into that idea, I definitely won't do it. But if I do, it'll be sticking to the same loadout and probably do an attack game, a defense game, and then just whichever I get after that. Yeah, I'll put the poll up as well, by the way. Now we have 7 minutes on this objective. Even though we're backing up a lot, I'm not really too worried about it. The teams are evenly matched, and I'd say it's a problem with this team if we're not going to get it done. So again, I'm just in no rush. I'm going to get some fights in. This is a mistake here because I should be more aware of a spawn wave and where they're coming from. But in the same sense that you don't have to outrun a grizzly bear, you have to outrun the guy with you. They're going to chase down the people I was with. They're not friends, so we're not going to face the spawn wave. They're just kind of people on the team. So they get killed. They don't outrun the grizzly bear. I live to fight another day. Now, I'm going to let this part breathe a little bit. Now, this whole time I'm in this area, I would be very curious to hear what people think about this, especially if you have a lot of time in the game, because I was trying to push them back, but I wasn't very aggressive. I didn't flank. I was just kind of picking and choosing my spots, but in the fray for the most part. So I'm asking for a lot of feedback on this, but it's a class I'm not as familiar with as Knight, and this is the key part of the video in my opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think. Is this soft, as I said, or is this smart? It's going to go on for quite a while as we're just weaving in and out of combat. So, like I said, I'll let this breathe for a sec. We hold our ground for a second, but we're going to make a pretty tactical retreat. We know we have some allies coming in a second. I've talked about that internal clock in the last few videos. Well, I think only one's up by now, but you get what I mean. And it kind of can work to your advantage as well. You can not really rely on it or completely depend on it, but you can be like, if I hold these guys off a little bit longer, if you've played the game enough, you have somewhat of an idea in your head when you're teammate spawns are going to come. But it's more important to be paying attention to it if you get in this locked in one-on-one fight against an enemy and you're kind of at their mercy, as opposed to the situation I was in just a minute ago. Now at 3 minutes, we're going to start to be a little more urgent because we're not pushing up and making very good progress at all. Here I'm doing a ton of team damage, not cool. Apologies to my teammates here and you guys for watching, because this is a little disgraceful how much I'm hitting them. But now we're going to get a little more of a sense of urgency because I'm letting time fly. I didn't realize this. Now if I do end up going deathless, does it really count for anything if the game doesn't go the distance or at least towards the end? Absolutely not. So if I gotta put my life on the line here to get this last one, I will. Now we're gonna get attacked by a few people here. If this was a friend, I would stand my ground, but he made the mistake. I don't really think I have to help him out anymore. I'm gonna back up, get a heal in. They do come out quicker than you think usually. I always feel like I'm going to get hit or a weapon thrown at me, shot, but I was in a safe spot with my teammate kind of distracting him, able to get the heal off, and now we're down to 2 minutes. It's really time to lock in. If we die, we die. We got to get this done.
Come off it. Don't work like that. Can't.
We're going to heal up. We saw a little bit of an opening, so we want to be full health and try and get that last push in. At this point, it's not about doing the deathless. It's about surviving long enough to hit that cage, because if I respawn, I'm not going to get another chance. And look right here, we're going to be the person to open it. So another stage down. We still haven't died. Let's see if we can get this done. Halfway through about now.
Can't, mate. Shit's it out. Force the beacon back off the brink. Take the brink in the name of Argon.
Now we're going to go for a fall. I don't know what I was thinking here. If I was looking at my phone or something. This is a battle axe. I'm not good at fighting this, especially when he's good at excelling the overheads. This is a total mental error. What am I thinking? I throw the knife. I think he's dead, but it was actually the fire pot. Big time mistake. Let's see if we can get out of this. Can we avoid this? Matrix dodge? Maybe. Absolutely not. Nope, not gonna happen. Now, I'll let you guys know that was the only death. This is basically the best Vanguard game I've uploaded before. So we're going to end up having an insane stat line, but that's our, like I said, that's our only death for the game. I'll spoil that now. Deathless won't happen. Banger game nonetheless, but let's stay tuned to see if we can get the win.
I got far well right. You're ready, my jacket. Hard back there. Gather round. Repo. Oh, yeah.
Even though I don't die again, after I kind of lose that goal of going deathless, a lot of times I do that, I just start kind of rushing in recklessly and just give up on trying to stay alive after that. I don't know what that is, kind of a little mental thing I have, like a block in my head. Now, let's try and see if we can get up closer. I'm going to keep missing these, I just don't hit any of them. Someone hits that one before me.
Hell.
Oddly enough, someone does finish ahead of us, and I'm getting a lot of kills with the fire pop for once, and by that I mean the enemy, not my own team. It really goes to show that Warhorn will give you so much points, because I had a crazy game. Those multipliers from surviving a long time and kill streaks added up too, but nothing beats that Warhorn. I know the banner is pretty great if you place it correctly.
So well, would you look sad? Say it's done in good party.
What I don't like here, and you're going to continue to see it, is Thorn is trying to farm his 100 bomb. I don't even know if he gets it, but I don't want to give him the recognition. I don't like this. I think even though the teams were even, I think you got to just go to the dock, finish the game out. I'm just not a fan of this gloating, showboating, whatever you want to call it. Call me old fashioned. That's just how I feel. So it gets even worse here. This is where it turns into just flat out clown shit. We're gonna get to the boat, and you'll never guess what he does. He's just gonna sit right at the thing and farm people. I hate when people do this. I know Strida does the lap. That is bordering on so disrespectful. I think it's funny. Like, it becomes funny. I'm still not the biggest fan of it. But in this case, yeah, do you really, it's like when people use the catapult. You really need that so much for your stats. That 3-digit number, I don't get it. I'm going to actually skip this. I don't want to give him any attention. We do end up winning, though, after his shameless display there. Looks like he didn't get the 100 bomb. So I'm going to put some videos up above, guys. I'm going to put a greatsword marathon where I use that. And then we'll see what else I put out. Not sure yet. Love you guys. See you in the next one.